Greetings, grave robbers, and welcome to Not the Television Graveyard. I am just a guy today, TV's Noah Houlihan, here to tell you that we had some problems here at Stay Doomed headquarters, in that the TV broke. We were in the middle of watching it, and all of a sudden it just away, and I can see anything that's green. If something is green, it appears on screen. But that is about it. So, as a result, since we are a TV-based podcast, we were not able to finish watching Total Forgiveness. So, unfortunately, we are not able to do that episode. We were only, I think 3 episodes, not even enough to do like a half episode. In terms of Total Forgiveness. Now, you might be thinking, Noah, that's on Dropout. Why don't you just watch it on, your phone or your computer? And my response is, listen, I set it up on the Roku. It used a password that was saved to it that I don't remember, and just, my TV's broken. Just be cool, all right? It's been rough. So today I present to you a Muppet tier list. We sat down and we did a tier list of the Muppet properties, not the Muppets themselves. It's mean to rank individuals, but their products and their shows and their movies and a few other fun things that I threw in. So please enjoy this Muppet tier list.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to rank the Muppets on the Stay Doomed show tonight.
Bum, 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 bum.
I only wrote that one verse. Are you opening cans over my intro?
No, I put it under the table and no one heard it.
Could you make that any louder?
I probably could have.
I am here to tell you the story. Are you here for the
food?
food?
I am here for the food.
Guys, pray for me. We're doing the Muppet tier list,
yes.
And I am with this Muppet novice.
Ooh, hurtful. TV's Noah Houlihan is here.
I'm Laura Prince.
And welcome.
This is for the Patreon, so we don't need to do as
welcome
much.
to the Crowdfund Crypt. So, what we've done here is I have created the tier list because I wanted to have a few fun surprises in this. So, this is a tier list of almost all Muppet projects and a few things that are Muppet adjacent. And this is how we are going to be ranking it. At the top, we have the cream of the crop. All the way at the top. That is the best. Right below that is Muppetational. Something that is truly Muppetational. Below that, we have Worth Your Time.
I'm writing these down because you refuse to share the tier list with me.
All right. Worth Your Time, which means it's pretty good. It's you should definitely still see it. Below that, we have Skippable. Where it's, you don't need to see this one. You can skip it. And then at the bottom we have, we pretend this didn't happen. That's the stuff that we are not going to talk about as much. Because as true Muppet fans, as we both are, I don't know why I was called a novice, but as true Muppet fans as we both are, there's very few things that we want to poo-poo.
Yeah.
And then we also have a bonus tier, which is Never Saw, which is simply the things that we have not seen. There are a few things that, if we did not include in this tier list, I think people would be like, well, why didn't they talk about that?
Okay.
And it's because we haven't seen it. There are a few things that I know I have not seen on this list, and a few things I know Laura has not seen. There will be a few things that I think only one of us has seen. We'll have to kind of drive things that way. So we got a big, long list, so we're going to jump into it right away. You ready?
Yeah.
We're starting with ABC's Oh, wait. Before we even start, there is one thing I wanted to suggest. I feel like there's a good chance
that Laura's going to try to put them all in Cream of the Crop and Muppetational.
Yes. I would like to limit the number of spots in Cream of the Crop.
Objection.
Yep.
Yeah. I just object to that in general.
What? I haven't even said how many. I was going to say that we should limit it to 6 spots, which I think already you want to fight me on.
Sure do.
I'm
not even trying, and I can think of 6 things I want to put in Cream of the Crop.
All right, how about 8?
No. I will not accept any fetters. Is fetters a word?
Okay, if we limit it to 10, that's a quarter of it, everything. Only a quarter of it could be the cream of the crop.
I will accept no limitations. Not when you're saying, like, oh, I'm throwing in surprises. If you are making me go in blind, I'm not accepting rules without full knowledge. So no, I do not accept your filthy, filthy Muppet Hunger Games.
Oh, wow. All right. I tried, folks. We're starting with ABC's The Muppets.
I would put this solidly Muppetational.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I was actually thinking cream of the crop. I think this is my favorite Muppet property.
Get a robe, Ken.
Yeah, it's so scooter heavy. I love it so much.
Uncle Deadly's in it, which I love.
Uncle Deadly is great. Front is your job, frog. Bobo the Bear is great in it. Like, everyone is shining so well. The only person that I don't think shines to their full potential is Miss Piggy, who is not my favorite.
Yeah, she's very... She actually almost takes a Kermit-esque role of, like, her whole thing is that she's the host. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of things that she doesn't really do.
Yeah.
And I've renamed Cream of the Crop already.
Yeah.
To Scooter Tier.
Scooter Tier?
S Tier.
S Tier, Scooter Tier. So I am okay putting it at the top of Muppetational right now.
Okay.
All right. Next we have the Disney Plus series, Muppets Now.
We pretend it didn't happen.
I feel that's an immediate we pretend this didn't happen. So that's going to go way down here.
I'm keeping track, guys, on my own Google Doc, so if you hear me typing, it's because Noah won't show me the tier list.
I'm showing you the tier list. There's going to be fun surprises. Get fun surprised. Next, we have the Muppet reboot, The Muppets.
Oh, the film.
The film, The Muppets, with the guy from How I Met Your Mother.
With Jason Segel.
Yes. And Amy Adams. The debut of Walter.
Oh, man, I was going to put it in Scooter Tier until you mentioned Walter. I would still put it in Scooter Tier.
I think just, like, pictures in my head just crushes me. And then Life's a Happy Song is great. This one Oscars.
Yes.
Like...
Man or a Muppet.
Man or a Muppet is so good.
It used cameos really judiciously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that there's a brief moment where they're doing the telethon where Neil Patrick Harris answers a phone and goes, yeah, I don't know why I'm not hosting either.
Yeah.
Which is just great.
I mean, I love... They have such a good cameo of Jim Parsons, making him the human version of Walter.
Yes, so good. I want to put this in cream of the crop. I really do. So I shall.
Scooter Tier.
Scooter Tier. Scooter Tier. Next we have the sequel, Muppets Most Wanted.
So this is my filthy dark secret. I have not seen this movie yet.
Nor have I. This is going to be our first never saw Muppets Most Wanted. Wanted to. I was excited for it. Just never saw it. Now we have the OG Muppet movie.
I'm actually... I almost want to put it into Muppetational.
Okay.
Because I do love the Muppet movie. Mm-hmm. But I have this feeling that you're going to start throwing limits on me soon.
I mean, I think Worth Your Time is fair for this because of the fact that it has, in fact, aged.
I was not going to put it down that low.
Oh, all right.
I was between Scooter Tier and Muppetational.
All right. I mean, I definitely
This is on the National Film Registry in Congress, Noah.
Oh, excuse me. I mean, yeah, turn a fork in the road. Fork in the road. Can't believe that. Yeah. I would say, yeah, Muppetational just for moving right along.
Yeah, I would say Muppetational.
All right. Muppetational it is.
Muppet movie, 79. You can't introduce the song Rainbow Connection and be less than Muppetational.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, fair. Now we have The Muppet Show.
The OG Muppet Show?
The OG Muppet
Scooter
Show.
Tier.
Scooter Tier?
Absolutely.
All right.
There's such a wide net. There's so many. In any given episode, there's something where you're like, oh, this is a classic sketch.
Yeah.
For Halloween, I was just watching the Vincent Price episode.
It is so good. Like, this is what created the dynamic of Statler and Waldorf. This is...
Statler and Waldorf.
Waldorf, excuse me. This is what, the idea
What's
of...
Waldorf's wife's name?
He has a wife?
Astoria? Waldorf Astoria? Like the hotel.
Oh.
That's a true fact. That's a Muppets trivia for y'all.
Some extra bonus Muppet trivia for you.
As I angrily put my glass down.
All right, so we got some curveballs coming up, so get ready.
All right.
Sesame Street.
Oh, Sesame Street's in Scooter tier.
Yeah, I think it has to be up there in S tier. Sesame Street continues to be a staple of entertainment.
I mean, we hit the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how...
And kids still... I mean, you could hold up a picture of Big Bird to anyone under the age of 60, and they know who that is, because either they watched it or their kids watched it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not the first generation to grow up on Sesame Street.
No, and nor will we be the last by far.
We absolutely aren't, because there's been a couple generations of kids below us now.
It's, the staying power of Sesame Street is unbelievable.
Yeah, because occasionally I'll just catch an episode at some point, there's one, on TV in a hotel room, and you're just like, oh, this kind of holds up.
Well, every once in a while, YouTube decides, you need to see what happened on Sesame Street.
And I usually do.
I remember watching Cookie Monster compete in the Hungry Games and loving it.
The Hungry Games.
Yes. Just something about Cookie Monster in a wig is awesome. And remember when they were trying to make Cookie Monster host SNL? What great times.
I still would like... I would still like to see Cookie Monster host SNL.
I agree.
I will take literally any Muppet really hosting SNL, being in sketches, not just a quick monologue, really just full on hosting SNL.
Yeah, I think that would be amazing.
I'm not fussy. I'll take Abby Cadabby. I'll take Chip from IT.
Really?
I'm not fussy. It's not my first choice.
No.
First choice would just be Kermit or Cookie Monster, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely. I would love that.
All right.
Next we have The Dark Crystal.
We're going to disagree here because I think it's worth your time. Mm-hmm. I know you do not care for The Dark Crystal.
I do not care for The Dark Crystal. I think it is a skippable property. We were talking about the film.
Yes.
Neither of us have seen the Netflix series.
We're kind of holding out because it ran one season.
Yeah.
So when we watch it, it's going to be for an episode.
Yeah.
But it is a 13-hour show. Mm-hmm. And we tend to do those in the wintertime because we have a little bit more time to pull together an episode.
Yeah, Dark Crystal just does not connect with me in any way.
I can put it in skippable.
I would put it in skippable just because, I've never been a high fantasy guy. And this is very high fantasy, and I
remember watching it with you and being like, I don't feel like this holds up as well as I thought it did.
Yeah, there's some cool ideas in it, but especially if this is part of a Muppets tier list where we're talking about how great Muppets are. I definitely don't get that itch scratched by the Dark Crystal.
I get you. It's not Muppetational.
It is not Muppetational. Next we have Fraggle Rock.
I love Fraggle Rock.
I know you love Fraggle Rock.
This is so hard because I'm trying not to stack everything in Scooter tier Muppetational.
Yeah.
But then you keep saying things and I'm like, well, Fraggle Rock is definitely Muppetational.
I would say it's definitely at least Muppetational.
I'm going to put it in Muppetational.
You want to put it in Muppetational for now?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Boop. Now we have The Muppets Take Manhattan.
Guys, I'm realizing this is my punishment for putting Pat low on the reality tier list.
She figured it out! She figured it out!
Except that I am so much more stubborn than you are that I don't think it's going to work as well. Muppets Take Manhattan.
Muppets Take Manhattan.
I really love Muppets Take Manhattan.
This one you have to drive on because I really have no memories of Muppets Take Manhattan.
Yeah, I actually did pull up the Muppet fandom Wikipedia page I, like, needed to see... I mean, there's the wedding sequence.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I was really upset that I couldn't find a good cover of He'll Make Me Happy.
Yeah.
This is also the debut of the Muppet Babies is in this movie.
Yeah, as puppets.
Yeah, which we never see them as... We don't see them much as puppets. I actually own a show bill of this film.
Really?
Yeah, we went to a cool little, like, movie poster boutique not far from where we live, and they just had the, like... certain like super upscale movie theaters would do these programs, like the way, not like a playbill, but you can still buy these at all like Broadway theaters of like the souvenir program, and it's pretty and it's kind of like a fancy magazine.
Right.
I've got to put this in at least Muppetational.
Get at least Muppetational. All right.
Yeah. All right. I'm willing to take the L of not Scooter Tier because you've never seen it.
Okay. Next we have The Great Muppet Caper.
Worth your time.
I would like to go lower with it.
Really?
I've never successfully gotten through it. I've attempted to watch The Great Muppet Caper a few times, and I think this is before they figured out how to do the Muppets, because I hate that it's an original story with Muppets playing characters.
Okay.
Because like the opening to this film is about how Kermit and Fozzie are twin brothers. I was like, what even is that?
Yeah, it's definitely... I had to pull up the page for this because it's got that, like... It wants to also be like that Fred Astaire kind of vibe. There are parts of it I get very confused with Muppets Take Manhattan.
Yeah.
Because there's parts of it that your brain goes like, well, it's like Broadway. That's got to be Muppets Take Manhattan. I really don't want to go... We can go skippable.
Yeah, I just feel like if you laid out all the films, I think this is not the one you grab.
Yeah, and like, admittedly, the fact that I had to go in and like kind of give a glance to... I had to like go into the Wikipedia article and be like, which one was Muppet Caper real quick?
Yeah.
Fair.
Now we have, get excited, it's time for the Christmas block.
Scooter Tier, all of them.
I don't think you're going to say that for all of them.
Oh.
So first we have the Muppet Christmas
Scooter
Carol.
Tier.
Yeah, that is, not only is that Scooter Tier.
It's probably going to be the GOAT for me.
Yeah, we're going to put that at the top.
I watched it, well, we watched this because you also watched it with me. Every Christmas
Every
Eve.
Christmas we watch this.
I own a stuffed bean bunny.
Yeah. Your Twitter handle
is Bean Bunny Lives.
Yeah. This is Michael Caine at his best.
I loved Michael Caine's approach.
Mm-hmm.
He looked... Brian Henson does such an amazing job directing this. Michael Caine did not know Brian Henson was a first-time feature director.
Really?
Till halfway through the shoot.
Interesting.
And Michael Caine went to Brian Henson and went, I am going to treat this like it's Shakespeare. I am not going to break. I'm not going to wink at the camera. And Brian Henson was like, cool.
Yeah.
And it shows. I'm going to be real, it's probably the best Muppet movie.
That moment where Beaker gives him a scarf.
Yes.
Is so nice. It's such a because
and even the cut songs are pretty good.
We have seen so many interpretations of
A Christmas Carol.
And a problem I have with the story of a Christmas Carol is it seems like Scrooge becomes a better person out of fear and necessity.
And having that moment with Beaker.
Where he's rewarded for charity and he's like, oh, this is something new I've never experienced.
And that's something they actually did with Muppet Christmas Carol is there's usually not a strong narrative figure. Mm-hmm. And like part of what makes A Christmas Carol a standard is like Charles Dickens's writing style.
Yeah.
So by having a Charles Dickens character and being able to like have the beautiful words of Dickens.
Yes.
And also like mother told me never trust singing food.
Yes.
It's just, it is the quintessential Muppets project, in my opinion.
And I will say, and I know I've said this before, so I'll make this quick. One of the favorite shows I've ever been a part of was a belly dancing group called Shimmy Ninja did Alice in Wonderland, and they asked me and Will to host. And they're like, and we asked, like, what do you want? And they're like, just do whatever. And we're like, let's do Muppet Christmas Carol. And so Will played C.S. Lewis, and I played me. And I was just hungry the whole time.
Lewis Carroll.
Lewis Carroll. Did I say C.S. Lewis?
You did. I was like, I'm interested in where
it was the screw tape letters. No, it was
The Lion, the Witch, and the Audacity.
So the whole time I was just hungry, and then like I ate a mushroom and went on a drug trip. Like, very close to ruining the show. But it just worked out wonderfully, and it was so much fun. And I owe a lot to it because it was inspired by Muppet Christmas Carol.
I mean, it is one of... we don't have a lot of, like, set, just us holiday traditions. Mm-hmm. But watching Muppet Christmas Carol and Christmas Eve is something I have done since I was a little girl.
Yeah.
And that, like, you picked up doing with me.
Yeah, and I love it. Next, John Denver and the Muppets.
Oh, man, this is one I actually kind of have to look into.
Yeah.
I know I've seen it.
I know I've seen it, but it does not hold any memories in my brain. Other than I think that's where they do the 12 Days of Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, I would actually... I can't give anything with the Muppets and Christmas less than a worth your time.
Really?
Yeah, I love Christmas. I love Muppets.
I will say Worth Your Time is currently empty, but I will also say that, like, when it comes to all the Christmas things I'm currently looking at, I would say this is the skippable one.
All right, we'll put it in skippable.
Okay.
Because I'm not a big John Denver person.
Yeah, nor am I.
So it's... Because there's one coming that is going to be Scooter tier, and I will hear nothing else.
Would that be Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas?
Yes. Actually, that wasn't the one I was thinking of, but also yes. I would be willing to...
Brothers.
If you wanted to, like, fight me on it, I'd consider putting it into Muppetational.
I think we could see it slide down later.
Okay.
So I'll put it at the end of Scooter tier.
I love that you've gone with me and called it Scooter tier.
Yes. But I could definitely see there being an argument later that maybe it deserves to go down a peg.
I just like that I'm doing this and Uncle Deadly is watching over me.
Uncle Deadly is watching over us right now. Next is a very, very Muppet Christmas movie, which I know nothing about.
I have to look up which one it is, because they had a few of these. Because you're getting into, like, the made-for-TV ones.
Yes.
I have seen this.
You have?
Yes, it's got... If this is the one I'm thinking it is, this has, like, a weird Scrubs scene in it.
Really?
Yeah, it's A Wonderful Life.
Oh, okay.
Is this the one with the Scrubs scene? Or is that... There's a couple of these that all are kind of, like, these made-for-TV... So now I'm kind of like, which one is this one? Yeah, okay. Oh, you know what? Yeah, this is Muppet Christmas Letters to Santa might be the Scrubs one.
Oh, I did see that one, and I couldn't find a good picture, so that does not appear on this tier list.
It's legitimately bothering me which one it's in.
Nor did Lady Gaga.
Scrubs, Muppet Wiki. It isn't a very, very Muppet Christmas movie. Like, it's Piggy doing a cameo. I would say it's worth your time.
Okay.
It's kind of this, like... It's gonna be like pizza. It's Muppets and Christmas.
Gotcha. Even
if it's not great, it's still Muppets and Christmas.
How about a Muppet Family Christmas?
Scooter tier. I will not be answering questions at this time.
You don't want to talk about it?
Actually, yes. I will be answering any question that involves why is this great?
What? So why is this great?
It's got Sesame Street. It's got Fraggles. It's got Muppets. It's got everything. It's got Doc.
It's got Doc in it and
Sprocket.
Yeah,
it's Fozzie's mom is gonna travel and like go to the islands for Christmas, but Fozzie and the rest of the Muppets decide to surprise her. Mm-hmm. But like she'd already Airbnb'd out her place. This was pre-Airbnb, but that's essentially what she did. Out to Doc and Sprocket.
Mm-hmm. It is literally the Muppets version of the Avengers.
It really is.
But it happens at Christmas.
Which, can you think of an elevator pitch more designed for me to say yes? Oh, it's the Muppets version of Avengers. Okay, I'm listening. Takes place at Christmas. Go on! I adore.
I love Muppet Family Christmas. It is great.
I also love that it's not available anywhere because since there's so many pieces, the copyright is in like 30 different places. Yeah. So the version of it on YouTube has like a weird newscast at the end.
Yeah, at the end it's like, so that was Muppet Family Christmas. Stay tuned for news at 10.
Is there a poison in your children's candy? Like it's like also like a super serious one.
Yeah.
About like a knife attack or something.
Yeah. So that's going to close the Christmas block. And I will bring up something that we've done on this very show.
Okay.
And that is Cartoon All-Stars to the Rescue.
We pretend it didn't happen.
We pretend it didn't happen.
I think my favorite part of Cartoon All-Stars is that it starts with that terrifying music video.
Oh, Love Lifted Me?
That, like, both of us find weirdly disturbing.
Yeah. It made me go into panic mode.
And I don't know what it is, because it's not even it's not the visuals. Mm-hmm. It's just something about that song, like, psychologically creeps me out.
Yeah, I totally agree. It really bothers me. So this is one that we've discussed doing on the show, but it technically ran 2 seasons, and that's Muppets Tonight.
Worth your time.
Worth your time.
Yeah.
All right.
I think Muppets Tonight kind of falls into this. We talk about this a lot with comedies. Muppets Tonight can feel a little dated.
Yeah.
I think if you're a Muppet fan, it's fun. It's not. I wouldn't call it like core. If you were a Muppets fan, you must love it.
It's trying to recapture the magic of the Muppet Show, and it can't do that.
Yeah. But I can't put it below worth your time.
Yes. I also hate the host.
You're not a Clifford fan?
I'm not a Clifford fan.
We really never see Clifford again either.
Yeah. So yeah, worth your time. I'm okay with.
When it's good, it's great. There's the whole episode that's making fun of Speed. Yeah. There has to be a certain amount of laughter, or Crazy Harry's going to bomb.
Yes.
Yeah, like I do like the show enough that I do feel like it deserves some flowers.
There's a lot of fun in Muppets Tonight.
I'm not comfortable putting it above worth your time, though.
All right, that makes sense. Next, we got another movie. It is Follow That Bird.
Aww.
The story of a hitchhiking big bird.
Because, you know what? I always get... This isn't the one where he goes to Japan.
No, this is the one where I think he gets kidnapped by a circus and turns blue because he's sad.
Yeah,
There's a lot of weird stuff.
But there's also one where, like, he goes to Japan. I'm not sure I've ever fully watched. I certainly haven't watched it as an adult.
I would put it in skippable in that, like, I kind of have, like, hallucinations of this film because I know I've seen it many times when I was a child.
I almost want to put a separate tier for, like, I'm not the audience for this.
Interesting.
Because Follow That Bird, more than even regular Sesame Street, Follow That Bird feels really kid-oriented.
I mean, yeah, I think that's what skippable is for.
Okay.
So I think we'll throw it in skippable. Boink. Next, another one we've done on the show, Puppet Man.
Oh, that didn't happen.
We pretend Puppet Man didn't happen. All right.
Oh my god. Oh, that uncomfortable scene where he, like, has a heart-to-heart with his child through puppets.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that didn't happen.
Yeah. Check out our Stay Doomed episode on it, though. Patrons, of course you guys already know. I don't know why I'm plugging.
You already know.
Next is Gone Fishin', the Weezer music video.
Gone Fishin'?
I believe Gone Fish is the name of the song. Or Keep Fishing. I'm sorry, Keep Fishing.
Oh, yeah. So today I learned that's the name of the song.
Yeah, I didn't know it was called Keep Fishing either.
Because I would have thought it was Waste My Day.
Waste my day.
Because that's what I remember.
Just the thought of you.
I would put it in skippable. It's fun.
Okay. I just love Kermit screaming, "Good job, penguins!"
But he does that in other... Merry Christmas, penguins.
So now we got another one that we covered here on the show. We're going to talk a little bit about Little Muppet Monsters.
I think this one is skippable in the Muppet canon.
All right.
It's not unenjoyable. I wouldn't say, like, it's definitely not This Didn't Happen.
Okay.
I think you could definitely derive some nice Muppety fun out of it. But I wouldn't say, like, if you are a Muppet fan and you tell me you've never seen Little Muppet Monsters, I'm not going to be like, ew, how dare.
Yeah. Skippable makes sense. How about OG Muppet Babies?
Muppetational.
Muppetational?
Yeah.
Solidly Muppetational? All right. Yeah, I love Muppet Babies. You can't see it anywhere because it was weird and it used real-life movie footage.
I almost want to say there's definitely episodes on YouTube.
Yeah, you can find bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, you can find full-on Muppet Babies episodes on YouTube.
All right.
Of, like, old Muppet Babies.
How about new Muppet Babies?
Never seen.
I've never seen the new Muppet Babies either. I've heard wonderful things.
Yeah, it's just... It's very much... I'm mature enough to accept I am not the target audience for new Muppet Babies.
Yeah.
Whether I like it is irrelevant.
Yeah.
They're trying... I appreciate it existing because it's introducing a new generation to the Muppets. Mm-hmm. And for that, it's good in my book.
Yeah.
But I'm not the audience for it.
Not the audience for it. Ready for an argument?
Okay.
This is going to be a good one. The episode of Monday Night Raw hosted by the Muppets.
It's worth your time.
I think it's worth your time. I think it's definitely fun.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That's how you got me to watch wrestling.
Yeah.
You literally were like, look, Laura, Muppets. Go get it.
And, like, we were with, like, someone else watching it. Because I remember you shushed someone because Muppets were talking.
It might have been you.
Like, shush you, Muppets. Muppets are talking. The Great Gonzo is being bullied by Dolph Ziggler.
Quiet, Seamus is speaking with his cousin Beaker.
Yes, there's also a fantastic moment where Santino's about to lose and is given a potion that Honeydew has made, and it gives him super strength.
Honestly, I think that's also something WWE has lost.
Yeah.
Is the ability to just be real dumb sometimes.
Yeah, to have some fun.
Yeah, like... And it tries to. Like, it kind of tried to incorporate Chucky, but it didn't commit hard enough.
Yeah.
Like, nah, Ciampa's got to fight the doll.
I remember nothing else about that episode other than the Muppet parts.
Oh, I couldn't
Muppet
tell you
parts
anything besides the Muppets.
Great. So, yeah.
Absolutely worth your time. I like how you were like, this is going to be a fight, and then both of us were like, yeah, worth your time.
I just wanted to build up because I knew it was something dumb.
Nah, I love it.
So right now, because I think we're like more than halfway through at this point, we're looking at a
There's
total
6
of,
in the scooter tier.
Yes, 6.
There are 5 in Muppetational, 3 in Worth Your Time, 6 in Skippable, 3 in This Did Not Happen, and 2 in Have Not Seen.
Yes. Next we have Elmo's Adventures in Grouchland.
I've never seen it.
I know, but I included it on this list because I saw it, and I think people need to know that this movie is worth your time.
Fair.
I was doing the movie challenge, and as like a prank, they forced me to watch this. And I watched it, I was like, this is great. There's a lot of like meta humor in it.
Yeah.
Like Bert and Ernie stop the movie a couple times and like talk to the audience.
All right.
And do like the standard like everything's gonna be okay.
I'm into
So,
it.
you know,
like
there's a lot of really fun stuff in that movie, and I highly recommend it.
all right, yeah, I'll shout it worth your time.
Next we have Muppet Vision 3D.
Scooter tier.
Scooter tier?
It's because I'm so desperate for them not to close it. It's Muppetational.
I would say it's Muppetational.
But I'm so afraid if I don't utterly support it with every fiber of my being, they're going to close it when I'm not looking.
Yeah. I mean, Bean Bunny's in it. And
Cheap 3D Tricks. One of my colleagues at work was going to Disney this last week.
Right.
And because it was a long show, he was kind of reluctant to spend half an hour of his Hollywood Studios day in Muppet Vision. Mm-hmm. And he was in a group chat with me and another one of his friends who is very into Disney. And it just devolved into her and me simultaneously making references to it and bullying him until he went to go see it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Like,
I love it.
I almost bought a shirt that says, like, a salute to all nations, but mostly America.
Yeah.
A glorious 3-hour finale. You have 5 minutes. Cheap 3D tricks. I mean, there's so much. And Muppet Vision 3D is also one of the last Muppets projects Jim Henson personally worked on.
Right.
It may be the last one he completed. That one I'm not positive of off the top of my head, but, like, I can't, like, give it anything lower than Muppetational because of what it means. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's
I
wonderful.
love it so much.
This is wonderful. Next we have Not Too Late show with Elmo. I included this because we did go out of our way to watch this.
I found it kind of skippable.
I found it very skippable. I'm going to throw it into skippable.
Especially because I really wanted to love it. Mm-hmm. Like, I wanted to love it so much. Wow, Muppet Vision 3D is over 30 years old.
Really?
Yeah,
that's insane.
It opened in 91. I do think it was one of the last things Jim Henson worked on. I mean, Jim Henson is the voice of Kermit Waldorf in The Swedish Chef. Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of things that I would consider chaining myself to if they tried to close it. People tried to do this with Maelstrom. But this is the one that I'm like, no, I would straight up. Henson did not get to see Muppet Vision completed.
Ooh.
It was actually delayed owing to his death.
Next, we have something that played a huge role in my childhood, and that's Muppet Classic Theater.
Oh, Muppet Classic Theater. That's the purple one, right?
It's purple, and it is a collection of fairy tales performed by the Muppets.
Yeah, I love that in my lizard brain. I could picture the VHS cover.
Yep. I had the VHS of this. I loved that there's an intermission in it.
Yes.
And I loved the Rumpelstiltskin song. Gotta get that name, gotta get that name, gotta get that name, gotta get that.
I think this is Muppetational.
I think it's at least Muppetational.
Because I think they should start doing this again for Disney, like for Disney Plus. This is something I kind of think they should just do.
I wonder if that's on Disney Plus. I'd imagine it should be.
I wonder. We're going to find out later, aren't we?
Finding out our evening.
I like that if I open Just Watch, it's like, do you want to see Scream? No.
No, I don't.
Oh, I just typed in Muppet like a moron. Now it's just all of these Muppet materials. I'm like, okay, this was not what I needed at all.
I probably should have used this to find projects, but we got
I just found out I just found out a couple things existed. I'm like, I'm gonna find that.
But I'd love to watch Muppet Classic Theater again because, like, I remember having the VHS and like the big plastic clam, and like. I remember it being a thing that, like, we often brought places.
We don't have to watch it on streaming. Somebody has uploaded it in its entirety to YouTube.
Excellent. That'll be fun.
Actually, even better, full VHS tape.
Oh, nice.
So that means it's got, like, trailers.
Coming soon.
Yeah, like, that means it's got weird stuff on it, too, which I'm super down for. I love it.
Next, we have Muppets from Space. Or Muppets in Space.
I am inclined to give Muppets from Space a worth your time.
Okay, I've never seen it, so I will follow your lead on this.
It's by far not the best Muppets movie. Like, don't...
Yeah.
It's not. But it's not bad. It was rushed.
It was rushed?
Yeah, like they wanted to get it out by a certain... It was that, like, they decided it needed to be released by a certain time. The movie wasn't really ready. So they kind of rushed to get it out.
Gotcha. So this is a strange one.
Okay.
This is by far the strangest one I have here, but it is one of my favorite Muppet projects, despite its entire lack of Muppets. That's the Green Album.
Ooh. Green Album's worth your time.
Only worth your time, because there's no Muppets in it. It's kind of hard to say it's Muppetational.
Yeah. I think it's really good covers of songs from the Muppets. Mm-hmm. But I can't really put it up without an actual Muppet. I can't really put it any higher than that.
All right, that makes sense. Next, we have Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Scooter tier.
It is so good. It really is.
Stepping outside of the content itself, I think it's also a return to form for the Muppets.
Yeah.
And the idea that, like, watching this, I was like, okay, this gives me hope that we're going to get more good Muppets.
Yeah. Let the Muppets do every ride.
Because, like, Disney doesn't quite seem... Ever since Disney bought the Muppets, they've clearly had difficulties figuring out what to do with them.
Yeah.
But Muppets Haunted Mansion was on point and perfect.
Yeah, it's so funny. If you're a theme park nerd like us, it's so perfect. Like, there's so many just little things in here that are great. And there's a couple moments where it's like, these are people that begged for cameos.
Which, if I was remotely famous, I would be, like, sitting outside a Disney office just panhandling for a cameo. Please, I'll do anything. Can I hang out with Uncle Deadly?
But yeah, legitimately wonderful. Next we have Muppet Treasure Island.
It's pretty Muppetational.
Muppetational?
Yeah.
When you're a legitimate pirate.
When you're a professional
pirate, excuse me. I saw this in theaters.
I saw this in theaters.
I loved it. I did think it was a little long as a kid. Because I remember a moment where I'm like, everything's over. Why are we still here? And then, like, oh, okay, finally this ended. So I thought it overstayed its welcome a little bit, but Tim Curry, man, it's Tim Curry.
Absolutely. And I also think that I don't know why they stopped doing these.
This is the last one.
They really only did Christmas Carol and Treasure Island as far as Muppet classics in full-scale feature releases. And I don't know why they didn't do a couple more. Yeah,
because I know that there's been all this debate for Muppet Gatsby.
Yeah.
Which does kind of sound awesome.
I'll see it, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll see whatever Muppet classic literature you want to... Muppet Les Miserables. All right, I'm in.
So I got a bunch of odd ones at the end here.
Okay.
That I think are really going to mix some stuff up here. Because remember... there's already 7 things in the Scooter tier.
Yeah.
Something we did on the show. The Curious Creations of Christine McConnell.
I'm going to put that into Muppetational.
Okay.
It's got a good Muppety vibe, like that dark humor. Mm-hmm. I'm reluctant to put it into Scooter tier.
Yeah.
Because it has... neither Muppets nor Jim Henson.
Okay.
I know Emmett Otter does not have Muppets, but it did have the involvement of Jim Henson.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. I definitely wanted to include Christine because, God, did we love that show.
Yes.
Oh.
And my favorite character in that show is Rose.
Yes.
If you can't handle me at my worst, then I'm gonna burn down this goddamn house.
So good. It's so good. It's on Netflix right now. I loved it. It's so good. Next we have great moments in history, but
just
only
the American parts. Muppetational.
Muppetational?
Yeah.
Straight up Muppetational? We did see both shows when we were there, and God, is it great. It is so, like, it's great to see the Muppets live.
Oh my God.
And actually get to see the puppets. And, like, well...
Not me crying.
Yeah, I know it's... Muppets lip syncing to tracks, but it's still great, and I love it.
I mean, my user picture on social media for a very long time was a picture I took during that.
Of Sam the Eagle?
Of Sam the Eagle face palming. Mm-hmm. I was not prepared for how emotional I was going to get being in the same space as the Muppets doing stuff.
Yeah. It's
like, I was
awesome.
legitimately... Because I remember the town crier.
Yes.
I remember being like, if I could just fight him and take his job, I'd do it.
Yeah, his job should be mine. Yeah, it's awesome. I had a great time with that. Now I have Labyrinth.
Worth your time.
Worth your time?
Yeah.
That was lower than I thought that was going to be.
Labyrinth is... We saw it in theaters, and I remembered how weird Labyrinth
is weird. Labyrinth is really weird.
And I say this as someone who loves Sir Didymus so much.
Yeah.
But Labyrinth is... That whole green screen sequence with the fireys, when you and I were just looking at each other like, what's happening?
Next we have Muppet Wizard of Oz.
You know what? I don't remember Muppet Wizard of Oz. I know I watched it.
I have not seen
I
it.
almost want to put it in did not see because I watched it once in 2005.
All right, we can.
Like, I think I watched it when it aired.
It's just put it so low that we can't. We don't remember enough.
And because I remember my main memory of it, believe it or not, is that they were advertising the daylights out of it on my senior trip.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that was 2005.
Was it in theaters or did it go like to ABC?
It was on network TV.
That's what I thought.
And I know I watched it. But I also, I watched it on network TV. I was probably also, doing my homework or something.
Mm-hmm. Next, we have Captain Noah. Send your pictures to dear old Captain Noah. I included this for a very special reason. And obviously a thing that you don't remember based on how confused you are. We went somewhere and we were in the gift shop of this place.
Yes.
And I was just kind of looking around and then I found this weird area behind a shelf where there was an autographed picture of Captain Noah and Jim Henson. And I was like, how is this in front of me? Because...
for sale?
No.
Oh.
It was just kind of in this gift shop, there was a small shrine to Captain Noah and Jim Henson.
Based on what I'm seeing, Captain Noah appears to have been a Philadelphia.
Yeah, it was a Philadelphia show. And I knew Captain Noah because my name was Noah.
And it ran until 94.
Do you not have any memories of Captain Noah?
I'm trying. They don't have a picture on the Wikipedia page, so I'm kind of just looking.
Yeah, I'm gonna warm up my pipes.
I'm going to look.
The big things was send your picture to dear old Captain Noah. And he would show user-submitted pictures. The kids user-submitted. Children would send in drawings, and he would just show them. And then at the end, they would sing a rainbow. Red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue.
I have no recollection of this
sing
whatsoever.
A rainbow. This also is the first ever television appearance of Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart appears.
I wasn't prepared for that.
Jon Stewart appeared on Captain Noah as a child.
That's hysterical.
Yeah, Captain Noah is an interesting little thing that I just wanted to kind of bring up. I thought maybe you'd have memories of it too because it's such a local thing to us.
I do not.
I'm going to put it in skippable because it is just kind of local TV. I'll actually put it a little lower on skippable. But Captain Noah was very interesting and just something that I remember always being part of my childhood. And I remember an interview with Captain Noah and his wife, and they were actually a married couple.
Aww.
Where Captain Noah passed away in 2016. And in his later years, he was doing an interview on the radio, and people were calling in. And this girl called in and went, Captain Noah, you were my favorite. I remember when I was a little girl, whenever it rained, I would look out the window and see if your ark went by. And Captain Noah went, oh, get a life. Everyone was like, whoa, Captain Noah.
Ew, that's so upsetting. Oh, I don't like that.
It was funny at the time.
No, I don't like that at all.
In any case, it's time for the final entry.
Okay.
And this is another offbeat one, but we had to include it because we had already covered it once on the show.
Okay.
And that is the Happy Time Murders.
I knew you were going to put this on here. I'd call it worth your time.
I definitely think, like, you'd think it'd be skippable, but I actually think it's worth giving a try to. Yeah, I think it is absolutely worth giving a try to. So, let's review. In the Never Saw, we have Muppets Most Wanted, The New Muppet Babies, and Muppet Wizard of Oz. Now let's work our way through this and put this in order.
Okay.
In the top of Scooter Tier. By the way, Scooter Tier ended up with 7. And I said that there should only be 6, but we'll see.
You were going to give me 8, so I'm going to go ahead and say, like, I did a good job.
Okay, all right. Top of Scooter Tier is Muppet Christmas Carol.
Absolutely.
Is Muppet Christmas Carol better
Yes.
than A Muppet Family Christmas?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Is A Muppet Family Christmas better than The Muppets?
Yes.
The film?
Yes.
Okay. Is the film The Muppets better than The Muppet Show?
No.
No. All right, we'll move Muppet Show up. Muppet Family Christmas better than The Muppet Show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It is admittedly a little unfair to some of the series. Because especially early Muppet Show is so freaking weird.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is The Muppets better than Muppet Haunted Mansion?
Yes.
I think so too. I
Yes.
think so too. As good as Haunted Mansion is, there's too many like heart pulls in the Muppets.
The Muppets is so much about what the Muppets has always meant to people. Mm-hmm. Muppets Haunted Mansion is a quintessential, this is what a Muppet special looks like.
Yeah. Return to form.
Muppets 2011 is a love letter to the Muppets and those who love them.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. Is Muppet Haunted Mansion better than Sesame Street?
No.
All right, we'll move Sesame Street up. Is Sesame Street better than the Muppets?
It's so unfair because
I know, this is a tough one. This is real
it's
tough.
like 50 years. For pure cultural impact, Sesame Street has to outrank the Muppets.
Okay. Moving Sesame Street up. How about The Muppet Show versus Sesame Street?
Muppet Show wins.
I think The Muppet Show wins. All right.
On this Muppet list, yeah.
I think I'm happy with this. Muppet Haunted Mansion. Is it better than Emmett Otter?
Yes.
All right.
Just because this, like, Emmett Otter, it's really good. I think it's getting a little bit of, it's the bottom of the Scooter tier for me because it's not really a Muppets project.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, I really love Emmett Otter.
All right.
Closer now than ever before.
I think this is going to be one I kind of want to push for, but we'll see how
Okay.
this goes. Is Emmett Otter better than ABC's The Muppets?
No.
I don't think so either. I think The Muppets is so good. It's so good. So I have to ask then. Does Emmett Otter come down to Muppetational? Or does ABC's The Muppets go up to Scooter tier?
Emmett Otter goes down to Muppetational. I don't love this.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's this very problematic element of series versus special.
Yeah,
Emmett
this is
Otter
tough.
is a truly great special, but the whole story's less than an hour. Muppets ABC has some there are individual episodes of Muppets ABC that Emmett Otter takes a giant steaming poop on.
There's so much good.
But
in
when
the Muppets, though.
when Muppets ABC is good, Muppets ABC is great.
Oh, it's spectacular. It's Muppetational. So just to check, the ABC's Muppets versus Muppet Haunted Mansion.
Oh, Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Okay.
Country Mile.
All right, cool. Emmett Otter versus Muppet Vision.
Muppet Vision.
Muppet Vision. All right.
Oh, I hate this because I love Emmett Otter and I'm not. This is my Matt Pat.
I think it's going to do more sliding based on
Emmett Otter is my Matt Pat.
ABC's The Muppets versus Muppet Vision.
Muppet Vision.
Whoa! Muppet Vision. Oh. I don't know if I agree with that, but...
Oh, hey, which one has Bean Bunny?
Which one has Bobo the Bear?
I thought you were going to say Uncle Deadly. If
Which one has Uncle Deadly?
I would say, if you're trying to, appeal... No, Muppet Vision. Muppet Vision is a Muppet story told well in a new medium. I can't not.
All right. Muppet Vision versus Muppet Haunted Mansion?
Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Okay. All right. We're okay. Laura's gonna, looking at the next couple, Laura's going to attack me.
Sure am.
Emmett Otter versus Fraggle Rock.
Emmett Otter.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. That's fine. Fraggle Rock versus Great Moments in History, but on the American parts.
Fraggle Rock.
Okay, so the Fraggles stand there. Is Great Moments in History, but on the American parts, better than Christine McConnell?
No.
No, you want to move Christine McConnell up?
Oh, wait, is better. Okay, wait. Hold on. I think I misunderstood. Yeah. Is Great Moments in Christine over Great Moments.
Really? Okay. I can get behind that. I was surprised. Is Fraggle Rock better than Christine McConnell?
Yes.
Okay. Is Great Moments in History, but only the American parts, better than Muppet Treasure Island?
Yes.
I agree with that as well.
I think some of the strengths of the Muppets do lie in succinct. Mm-hmm. And Treasure Island does not execute the gimmick as well as Christmas Carol did.
Gotcha. Okay. Is Muppet Treasure Island better than Muppet Babies?
Is Muppet Treasure... No.
No, you want to move Muppet Babies up?
Yeah.
All right, Muppet Babies is moving up. So then I have to ask...
When your room looks kind of weird. Sorry.
I
love Muppet Babies. We're watching Muppet Babies later.
Is Great Moments in History better than Muppet Babies?
No.
Moving Muppet Babies up more. Oh, Muppet Babies is going to make a run.
Oh, yeah.
Muppet Babies better than Christine McConnell?
Yeah.
Is it better than Fraggle Rock?
Yeah.
Is it better than Emmett Otter?
No.
Okay, that's a fine place for it. I may have argued for Fraggles, but okay. I'm okay with this.
Muppet Babies made me the trash monster movie person I am today.
Okay.
Like that just wanton incorporation of pop culture into every aspect of your life.
I can get behind this. Okay. Is Muppet Treasure Island better than The Muppet Movie?
No.
Yeah, I think I misplaced The Muppet Movie here. Is The Muppet Movie better than Great Moments in History?
Yes. You can't introduce Rainbow Connection and...
This is true. I think this is going to keep moving then. It's better than Christine McConnell?
Absolutely.
Fraggle Rock?
Yes.
Muppet Babies?
Yeah.
Emmett Otter?
No. Okay. Sorry. I love Emmett Otter.
Emmett Otter's the wall.
Closer now than ever before.
All right. So as Treasure Island continues to sink, is it
like boats?
Is it better than Muppets Take Manhattan?
No.
All right. Muppets Take Manhattan moves up and challenges Great Moments in History.
I like Great Moments in History more.
Okay. Treasure Island versus Muppet Classic Theater.
Muppet Classic Theater is better. I do think the short form helps a little bit.
Really? I don't know.
I'm willing to take the L. I'm willing to say, I'm going to save a fight for later if I need to have fight later.
Okay, I'd like to keep... As much as I love Muppet Classic Theater, I do think Muppet Treasure Island's just better. There's just more...
By the way, looking at this, the word Muppet no longer has meaning.
That'll happen. Muppet Classic Theater better than Labyrinth?
Yeah. Labyrinth is weird.
Is Labyrinth better than the Very, Very Muppet Christmas Movie?
Yes.
Okay. Is the Very Muppet Christmas Movie better than Muppets Tonight?
No.
All right, we'll move Muppets Tonight up. I don't think Muppets Tonight dethrones Labyrinth.
Nope.
All right. Very Muppet Christmas Movie versus Muppets in Space.
Muppet Christmas Movie.
Okay.
It's that, like, good, It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, I get you.
You kind of need one of those at Christmas.
Yeah. Is Muppets in Space better than Monday Night Raw?
What a weird question.
What, isn't that a sentence?
What a weird question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Can you repeat that? There's so many.
Is Muppets in Space a better Muppet project than when the Muppets hosted Monday Night Raw?
No, it's not better.
All right. So let's continue to move Monday Night Raw up because it's better than the Christmas movie. No, I'm kidding. I know you're not going to say that.
No, I'm not.
Muppets in Space. Is it better than the Green Album?
Yes.
Okay. I would say that the Green Album is better than Elmo and Grouchland.
Okay, that's because I don't have an Elmo and Grouchland opinion.
I would say Elmo and Grouchland is better than the Happy Time Murders.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Happy Time Murders better than the Keep Fishin' Weezer music video.
Happy Time Murders is not better.
Is not better. Okay, then. Do we move Happy Time Murders down to skippable, or do we move up Weezer?
Yeah, we move Happy Time Murders down.
Really? Okay.
I think for skippable, to me, it's like, is this part of the Muppets canon that you absolutely need? You do not need the Happy Time Murders.
Okay. Is Happy Time Murders better than the Dark Crystal?
Yes.
All right. Is the Dark Crystal better than Great Muppet Caper?
No.
Great Muppet Caper moves up.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to start really moving then. Is the Great Muppet Caper better than the Happy Time Murders?
Yeah.
Is it better than the Weezer music video?
Yeah, probably.
All right. I don't know if I want it to surpass Elmo and Grouchland.
Okay, that's fine.
So I think I'll keep it there at the top of skippable.
Okay.
Dark Crystal, better than John Denver?
No.
John Denver moving up. Does that mean John Denver is moving past Happy Time Murders?
No.
Oh, all right. Dark Crystal, better than Follow That Bird?
Sure.
And then I would say Follow That Bird is better than Not So Late with Elmo?
Yeah.
And then I would say Not So Late with Elmo is better than Little Muppet Monsters?
Yeah.
And I would say Little Muppet Monsters is better than Captain Noah.
I'm going to take your word for it.
You're going to take my word for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. And I would say Captain Noah is better than Muppets Now.
I mean, Muppets Now does have one truly great moment.
Panache! Is Muppets Now better than Cartoon All-Stars
Yes.
to the Rescue? It is.
Absolutely.
Is Cartoon All-Stars to the Rescue better than Puppet Man?
Yes.
All right, so Puppet Man is the worst out of all of these.
Yes.
That's it. That's the Muppeteer list.
All right. That actually was way less traumatic than...
Yeah. And Cream of the Crop Scooter Tier only has 6 in it, just like I had hoped.
Yeah, I didn't want to... There's things that I'm, like, surprised weren't on there.
Is there anything you think I missed?
I really thought you'd put the original Sex and Violence. I thought you were going to go for the throat on me.
Yeah.
The Muppets at Walt Disney World.
I saw that on there, but I know I haven't seen it, and I didn't know if you had seen it.
I've seen it. We're watching it after this recording, though, because
all right.
I know... I kind of thought you were going to throw in Mr. Willoughby's Christmas Tree, because we watched it last year. The weird Robert Downey Jr. one.
I couldn't think of its name, because I actually do love that story.
Yeah, there was a couple that I thought you were going to put the YouTube videos as a group. I
I did consider that, but I hadn't seen enough of them. I thought the Weezer music video was fun.
It's not the music video I would have picked.
Would you have picked Rainbow Connection with Josh Groban?
I would have picked Pure Imagination with Josh Groban.
Pure Imagination.
And Lindsay
that's
Sterling.
Right. That's right.
I absolutely would have picked that, and I probably would have placed it pretty high.
That would have been pretty Muppetational?
Yes, because it really is a microcosm of everything that makes the Muppets the Muppets.
Yeah.
You put in Muppet Vision, but you didn't put the Muppet Mobile Lab.
No, I didn't. And I did consider that. But, like, I've only experienced that very secondhand.
Okay, that's fair.
So, like, I didn't feel like I had a lot to say about it. And, like, the only things that, if there was something that I would think would fall into Never Saw, it had to have been a big project, like Most Wanted, Wizard of Oz, and Muppet Babies.
I thought you were going to put in Storyteller.
Storyteller, literally I had the thought to include Storyteller, but I think we've seen one episode of Storyteller, right?
Yeah.
And there's more?
Yeah.
Like, that eventually will be an episode of Stay Doomed?
I'm not sure, because I think you might be mixing it up with the Jim Henson Hour.
Because we saw an episode of Storyteller when we saw Labyrinth?
Yeah, I guess it does say Storyteller ran one series. It just ran across years.
Yeah, so it, like...
I was thinking of Jim Henson Hour, because Jim Henson Hour only ran one season as well. And that's
Yeah.
what I'm planning to do in the future.
Yeah, anything that I thought was going to be a future episode, I avoided.
Fair.
Because we can add it to this list
Later on,
when we do
I
that,
get that.
like we do with our white guys. I mean, reality show hosts.
Fair.
So those I thought of. I thought of many of those.
Yeah, and now I'm like looking at it and I'm like, oh, there's a couple things that like now are on the list for me to watch. Like The Muppets Go to the Movies. It's like from 1981, and I'm like, what is that? What you doing over there? What's that? And the Boom comics, where because I have Muppet Sherlock Holmes. I thought you might want me to like have to try to put those in.
I considered including like books. I also had like a Muppet video game I was going to throw in, but
which I haven't.
Yeah.
And
we
the other
wouldn't have
one
any
was
opinion on it.
the Nickelodeon music videos.
Like
Kokomo, and She Drives Me Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I remember those really well.
A lot of those aired as segments on Sesame Street as well.
You're probably
So,
right.
like, that's why I thought Weezer was in a different category than, like, Caribbean Amphibian.
Caribbean Amphibian off the Florida Keys. Sorry. Very excited.
So that's going to do it for the Muppeteer list.
That was fun.
Yeah, I think this worked out really well. I'm glad that we didn't just fill up the scooter tier with stuff.
Oh, there was a VHS called Muppet Sing-Alongs. It's Not Easy Being Green.
Yes, that doesn't even have a link on Wikipedia. That's why I did not include that.
It has one on Muppet Wiki.
Oh.
It includes Splish Splash, Octopus's Garden, moving right along, Over the Rainbow, Being Green, and some of the songs we know already. Heat Wave, but not the way we think of Heat Wave. It's not the part from Muppet Christmas Carol.
This is my island in the sun.
Oh my god, I'm gonna like look for this. This has got to be on YouTube.
So, this has been the Muppeteer list. We are still working on getting Spider-Man up. We'll get Spider-Man up as soon as we can. Pardon me. But that's going to do it. Thank you so much for being patrons and to end the show. My stomach is being bad.
Muppet Sing-Alongs on YouTube!
That's not what I asked you to do.
Muppets are great. If you don't think the Muppets are great, go away. Until next time, stay doomed.